Hi folks. Hey folks. How you all doing? Good night everyone. How you all doing? I'm just here guys. I'm just here busy. Oh Lord, look at my oh my goodness. My arms don't look feminine at all. Lot of hard work. When I turned sideways, I noticed it. I said, goodness gracious, look at my muscles. Oh heavens. Lots of hard work. Anyway. Oh, I find it so amusing. I said my arms don't look feminine at all. That's just weird. Lots of hard work. Build up my muscles. Anyway. Good night, guys. Good night, gentle folks. So welcome back to Karen Vibes, reading for the mature audience. And we're back. But I don't think I'm gonna eat this candy while I'm reading. And I would like to break up my sweets. Welcome back folks. So we're just gonna get right into it. I hope you're all doing okay and having a fabulous night. Alright, so the name of our book is Flowers in the Attic, and it's written by Virginia Andrews and narrated by moi, Karen. So folks, let me just say I forgot to post, and I posted the last video. I forgot to post the chapter, so we're still at chapter 22. Just a second guys, let me just check on something. Was it the mop? I was mopping the floor and I pressed the mop. I leaned it up and I hear something drop a while ago. I took a look. Right, so without further ado, so I always like to read back a part where I left off, but I'm just gonna read a sentence from where I read before so you folks can easily, catch up. I don't even know where I put my glasses, honestly. I'm not even gonna go looking. So let's go, guys. I saw all those heads of dead animals. So remember the last part I read is that they stole out of the attic, the brother and the sister, Kathy and Chris, and they're in one of the rooms. I think it's the room for the grandfather. So they're talking about the pictures in there and stuff. They're describing the room. Alright, so let me read back a sentence from where I left off. I saw all those heads of dead animals and the tiger and bear skins on the floor. And I thought, how like him to want a room like this. If Chris would let me, I would look into every room. I think I turn sideways. I'm more comfortable when I sit sideways. If Chris would let me, I would look into every room, but he insisted we pass by the closed doors, allowing me to peek in only a few. So let me just read this back. I would look into every room, but he insisted we pass by the closed doors, allowing me to peek in only a few. Nosy, he whispered. Nosy, he whispered. There's nothing of interest in any of them. He was right. Right in so many things. I learned that night what Chris meant when he said this house was only grand and beautiful, not pretty or cozy. Nevertheless, I couldn't help being impressed. Our house in Gladstone shrank in comparison. When we had quietly traversed many a long and stingily lit dim hall, we came at last upon our mother's grand suite of rooms. Sure, Chris had told me in detail of the swan bed and the infant bed at the foot, but hearing wasn't seeing. My breath pulled in. My dreams took off on wings of fancy. Oh, glory be to heaven. So she's describing how she see the room now. This wasn't a room, but a chamber fit for a queen or a princess. I couldn't believe the posh splendor, the opulence. Overwhelmed, I flitted from here to there, awed to touch the walls, covered with silk damask, colored a beautiful strawberry pink, richer than the pale, richer than the pale of the 2-inch thick carpet. I fingered the soft, furry coverlet, and I threw myself upon it and rolled about. I touched the flimsy bed curtains. I touched the flimsy bed curtains and heavier drapes of purple velvet. I jumped up from the bed to stand at the foot and gazed in admiration of that marvelous swan that kept his observant, but sleepy red eye riveted on me. Then I backed off, not liking a bed where mommy slept with a man, not our father. I walked into her huge walk-in closet, drifting about in a dream of riches that could never be mine, except in dreams. She had more clothes than a department store. Plush shoes, hats, handbags, 4 full-length fur coats, 3 fur stoles, a white mink cape, and a dark sable one. Plus fur hats of a dozen different styles and made of different animal pelts. Plus a leopard coat with green wool in between, the fur trim. Then there were negligees, nightgowns, house dresses, flounced, beruffled, berry-boned, furred, furred, made of velvet satin, chiffon combinations. Good glory be. She'd have to live 1,000 years to wear all she owned just once. Can you imagine, folks? Wow, it's a lot of clothes. When caught my eye most, I took from the closet and carried into the golden dressing room. Chris showed me. I glanced in her bath with the mirrors all around. Live green plants, real flowers growing, 2 commodes, one didn't have a lid. I know now, one with a bidet, a separate shower stall too. All this is new, explained Chris. When I first came, the night of the Christmas party, it wasn't so opulent as it is now. I spun about to glare at him, guessing it had been all along, but he hadn't told me. He had deliberately He had been deliberately shielding her, not wanting me to know about all those clothes, the furs, plus the fabulous amount of jewelry she kept hidden in a secret compartment of her long dressing table. No, he hadn't lied, just omitted. It showed in his betraying, shifting eyes, his flushed face, and the quick way he hurried to escape more of my embarrassing questions. No wonder she didn't want to sleep in our room. I was in the dressing room trying on the clothes from Mommy's big closet. For the first time in my life, I slipped on nylon hose. And oh, did my legs look heavenly. And oh, did my legs look heavenly divine. No wonder women like these things. Next, I put on a bra for the first time, one that was much too large to my dismay. I stuffed the cups full of tissues until they bulged way out. Next came the silver slippers again, too large. And then I topped off the splendor of me with a black dress cut very low in front to show off what I didn't have much of. Now came the fun part. What I used to do when I was little. Whenever I had the chance, I sat down at Mommy's dressing table and began to apply her makeup with a lavish hand. She had 10 carloads. Oh, my face! I slathered the whole works: foundation, rogue, powder, mascara, eyeshadow, lipstick. And then I swept my hair up in a way I considered sexy and stylish, stuck in hairpins, and began to put on jewelry. And last of all, perfume. Lots of it. And one had said them afraid said somebody catch them or the grandmother catch them. Cause they taking all this time. She taking all this time to put on all this clothes and makeup and stuff. She braving. Anyway, let's read on. Tottering awkwardly on the high heels. Excuse me. Tottering awkwardly on the high heels, I tethered over to Chris. How do I look? I asked, flirtatiously, smiling and fluttering my sooty lashes. Truly, I was prepared for compliments. Hadn't the mirrors already told me I looked sensational? He was carefully going through a drawer. My eyelashes keep getting into my eye. He was carefully going through a drawer, putting everything back exactly as he had found it. But he turned to take a glance. Astonishment widened his eyes, and then he heavily scowled. While I rocked back and forth and sideways, seeking my balance on 4-inch heels, and kept on batting my eyelids. Maybe I didn't know how to put on false eyelashes right. I felt I was looking through spider legs. Oh my goodness. This phone giving me trouble sometimes. How do you look? He began in a sarcastic way. Let me tell you precisely. You look like a street walker. That's how. He turned away in disgust, as if unable to bear the sight of me. An adolescent, an adolescent whore. That's what. Now go and wash your face and put back all that stuff where you found it and clean up the dressing table. I tottered over to the nearest full-length mirror. It it had right and left wings so she could adjust them and see herself from every angle. You know, I think I have a dresser like that. One of them antique dressers with the two sides where you can fold in and fold out. And in those three very revealing mirrors, I took a fresh perspective. And what a fascinating mirror. It closed like a three-page book. And then there was a beautiful French pastoral scene to view. Folks, I'm going to show you that mirror whenever, hopefully I remember tomorrow. At home, I have a mirror just like what she's describing, the three type of mirror dresser. You can be folded. The mirrors can be folded together. Twisting and turning, I checked over my appearance. This wasn't the way my mother looked in the same dress. What had I done wrong? True, she didn't lather so many bracelets up her arms, and she didn't wear three necklaces at once, while long, dangling diamond earrings brushed her shoulders, plus a tiara. Nor did she ever wear two or three rings on each finger, including her thumbs. So, folks, after short and spicy, and we will be back again in short order. So, we're going to leave it right there. So, we come on next. See, book is going down and the story getting suspense. Story is getting sweeter as it's finishing. But we'll be back on in short order and we'll pick up from where we left off. So we're still at chapter 22. Chapter 22 is such a long chapter. But when we come back on, that should be the end of chapter 22. So folks, good night. Have a good night, folks. Hope you're all doing okay and, just trying to take it easy. Just try to take it easy. One day at a time. One day at a time. That's how I start looking at, well, I've always been, but that's how I look at life. Take one day at a time. Don't let anything stress you. Just do one thing at a time. One day at a time. So folks, have a good night. I'm going to go because I have 1,000,001 things to do. And we'll be back in short order. So see you folks. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And I always like to hear from you. Big up yourself, Carol K. Thank you for your messages. Really appreciate it. Right? So you can visit me on YouTube. That's Karen Vibes. That's KRENVIBES with an exclamation sign. You can find me on YouTube and you can join in my readings from before and now. Alright folks, so I'll see you guys soon. Alright, so enjoy the rest of the night and take care of yourselves.